Hi Capricorn, welcome to your reading. Today we're going to talk about specifically for your sign how the new moon and the new start or the new seeds we are planting right now, how would that benefit you and how would that expand in 2022 when Jupiter comes at the same very place where the new moon is happening right now. Capricorn, for you, the new start or the new seeds we might be planting right now could be in the area of media, marketing, some sort of commercial negotiation or contract, or a new talented writing project that you might be doing. This has to do with communication, it has to do with local travel, with the local community. You might be involved in interacting with people in your immediate environment, merging with them, and starting a new commercial project which can be very creative in nature. You might be writing something, you might be taking a short trip, you might be acquiring some new creative skills which might be very beneficial to you going forward, which will grow in its commercial impact in 2022 when Jupiter comes in this very area of your life, starting from 28th of December 2021 all the way to end of 2022. Or you might be making a website, you might be writing a document. So it has to do with something that is written, that is communicated, where media, marketing, some written contract, negotiation, talking skills, mental skills, talents are involved, where creativity is embedded and it has a commercial underpinning to it. And this could happen as you're interacting with people in your immediate surrounding. It could be through a short trip. It could be through interacting with people on a cruise away from your normal environment, or on a local sort of social situation where you take advantage of it. You learn to take advantage of the people and ideas in your local community, in your immediate surrounding. You create new rapport, new wavelength with people in your surrounding. This is you feeling at ease in social situations, being okay with sort of a lot of interactions, because this is the time when the communication goes up and there's some new ideas, brilliant ideas that are coming your way. It's feeding your mind. It sort of is giving you a mental high in some ways, and we have to sift and sort through them because there can be confusion around it. And you have Neptune in your house of mind since 2012. It makes our mind and our thought process and our communication methods very, very creative and enchanting in nature. So, you can weave some stories and write something creative or do something in the area of reading, writing, communication that can be very inspiring for others, which can persuade others. This is an excellent time to sort of use your flair to convince people about your perspective and start a new phase in your commercial success. With Jupiter moving in this part of your chart in 2022, the success of commercial nature will grow. The impact of your voice will grow, the impact of your writing will grow, the impact of your communication and media skill set, or some sort of very practical skill set that you might be acquiring right now. The output of that will grow in 2022, but you might be seeding that right now. You might be acquiring that right now. You might be opening your mind to new possibilities by lowering your guard, as compared to before. This is where the openness of our thought process gives us brilliant ideas when we interact with people who are different from us, who have a different perspective from us. We awaken to opportunities in our immediate environment. When this happens, we take advantage of information available from other people. We communicate with people in our community for opportunities of growth to open up. We gather information to continue to grow. We consider taking classes, something not so regimental but more creative, more fun, more joyful in nature. It could be exploring, searching, connecting, light social interactions, and adapting to a new environment of some sort where neighbors are changing, or people in your immediate surrounding, or where you are, your immediate surrounding is completely different from before. And that sparks a new thought process, that sparks a new resourcefulness, that sparks a new inspiration to do. And it's sort of an idea out of nowhere. It's very imaginative. It could be tough to pin down in some ways. There might be details which might be missing right now, but it's something that excites you. It makes you feel happy. It makes you feel different. It makes you feel like you could do something else, which might be very interesting. It takes you out of your comfort zone in some ways. It could be metaphysical. It could be creative. It might be some latent intuition that wakes up right now, and you're open to ideas, you're open to daydreaming, you're open to discovering what you thought was not true earlier. You sort of are discovering new facets of life over here, and there will be people in your surrounding who would be sort of inspiring you. When Neptune is over here, we become a sponge to our surroundings. We absorb immense amount of information and ideas and creativity from people around us. We get inspired when we are around inspiring people. And because of Neptune over here, it's very important to keep your surroundings and the people who are in your immediate environment of higher vibration, because you're absorbing their vibes. So it affects you, your environment affects you much more than before. Being in a positive environment, being in a joyful environment affects you in a positive fashion much more than before. This is like another part, an exciting part of you waking up, opening yourself to a new dimension of your own thinking. It's sort of like something which was right there and we did not see, and you trust your instinct about it. It just feels right, and you decide to write something about it, or put it in the media, or put an advertisement around it, or draw a business commercial around it. A new way of negotiation comes up, a new mental skill, thought process, or talent comes up that you want to acquire. This is also where we acquire certain skills that help us create a self made wealth. This is a commercial house, but the commercial success is attained through creative means, through means which are more involving media, marketing, negotiations, convincing, talking, soft negotiations of some sort, using your, the right brain more than the left brain when you're doing commercial discussions in some way, and you'll have to overcome that part of you which tries to make it, is it logical, too early in the game. Sometimes we kill the imagination by trying to poke holes too early in the game. There will be blind spots, yes, in the opportunity. If you're signing a contract, leave it flexible, especially if you're signing around 29th of March. Keep it a little bit flexible, because there will be things we are not seeing clearly right now. It's the time for optimism, for dreams, for high vision, for daydreaming a little bit, fantasy a little bit. So there will be some unrealistic expectations which will be embedded, which will need to, like any other natural process of life, need to come out and open. When Neptune goes retrograde around June, there will be things over time that might come out and open, and practical nitpicky things will come out and open when that happens. But follow your instincts to initiate something inspirational here. Taking a trip, taking a local trip. If one of my friends is taking a cruise to nowhere, sparks a new, I'm not suggesting to take a cruise during COVID, but I'm just saying that, just change of scenery. It just opens your mind to a new dimension. It opens your mind to doing something different. It's a different side of your brain that is being lit up here. And Jupiter will come here in 2022. So the growth will come from ideas, growth will come from creative ideas, from talking, from convincing, from marketing, from media. So you might be just sort of laying the seeds right now, which sort of grow in its strength and its productivity and its benefits in 2022. And this is especially true if you have planets around 23 degree of Capricorn, which is around 14th of January born. That's where it is most positively affected. But all of you, because it's a third house, all of you will benefit from this, but especially true for 23 degree of Capricorn, which is around 14th of January born. Another thing that's happening on 26th of March is that Mars and Rahu are coming together in your house of routines at work, career, job, and health. So when Mars and North Node are together, it's like a daredevil aspect. We do something we have not dared to do. So it's possible that sparked from this new inspiration, from the change in scenery, by being inspired by something, you might take a bold step when it comes to your career, when it comes to a project, when it comes to the way you manage people at work. That might shift with it. And Mars and North Node are very, very karmic in nature. It's like a step is taken, which is towards the destiny. So it's possible that you sort of act on a project which paves your life destiny path. It's happening after 19 years that Mars and North Node are coming together in Gemini, in your house of career, in your house of work routine, in your house of co-workers. So there might be some words that might be said, and words will have a lot of power, a lot of impact, a lot of force. There'll be a lot of intellect at work which will be active. Channel this immense energy around 26th of March effectively. You'll start feeling it from 21st of March itself. Just try to use your words wisely, because we can get very impulsive and reckless when this is happening, especially at work. And use it to act on projects which you know are going to move the needle for you, which sort of, earlier I was not feeling guts to do it. And now I do handle a tough situations and in an effective manner. This is like fearless strength, great strength. So using it effectively. And the second thing is that it can help you to handle some health situation which in the past you were not able to handle. There was something that you needed to make a change on with your own proactive action. Now you sort of do it. It could be an exercise regime that you've been trying to set up. It could be a health dietary habit that you've been planning to cut off from and move to a new health regime. Now you sort of go for it. It gives you immense guts to go for it. The downside of it, apart from the verbal thing that I said, just be careful of your words. The other thing to be careful about is inflammation. When Mars is here, we can get, it's like heat, right? Heat in our body, heat in the stomach. So being a little bit careful that not to eat heaty foods at the time, just having cooling foods, because from a gut perspective, stomach perspective, it's possible that we can have a lot of inflammation in the body at that time. Just purely, it's immense amount of energy being released in your house of health, and it's like physically you'll feel it at that time. So just stay away from heaty foods. Try to just sort of have something cooling and use it to work out. Use it to, it's an energy that needs to be used, that needs to be productively employed. This is especially true if you have planets around 13 degree of Capricorn, which is around 4th of January born. This is especially true for you, but for all of you, but especially those points, it's most potent around 26th of March. So that's what I have for you, Capricorn. I'll see you in the next video now. Thank you.